It's Barça versus Atletico de Madrid in La Liga. One of the big games of the season, without a doubt. Barça are back to the top of the table. They can extend that lead to 4 points tonight before Madrid face Athletic Club tomorrow evening. The Spotify Camp Nou is ready for one of, hopefully, its historic nights, certainly in the new stadium too. Barça have won 2 from 2 at the new ground. They're hopefully going to make it 3 from 3 here, although without a doubt, you'd imagine this is going to be their biggest test yet at their new ground. Alexi Bateta, Atletico de Madrid are in town. That means it's always a cracker.
No, it's goosebumps now listening to the Barça anthem play in the stadium. Lights in, you hear the crowds. I'm assuming it's going to be an almost sold out, if not sold out crowd. And absolute goosebumps right now from the pitch. You can only be happy as a player seeing that. You can only be motivated as a player saying that. You want to be there to play in front of your fans. You want to have, you want to give them results. And I think the players really, really feel that. And just, it's outside. Like, I'm speechless because we've been waiting for these moments in the Spotify Camp Nou for so long now, and they're back. They're back. It's the first big match back in the stadium, and it's outstanding. I think everyone is motivated, including the players, and hopefully again 3 for 3.
Yeah, let's hope so,
Top of the
Alex.
table.
Yeah, let's hope so. It definitely does feel
We'll
like it's the toughest. Yeah, here is the Barça team then. Joan Garcia starts in goal. Baldes at left back. Koundé is at right back. Cubarsí is next to Gerard Martín at centre back. Pedri next to Eric Garcia in midfield. He does step into midfield. De Jong has fever. Olmo is in the number 10 spot, which leaves room for Rafinha, Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal across the front three. That's pretty strong, Alex, I think, considering the players Barca still have missing, of course. And Flick, I mean, he had to go strong, of course, tonight.
Yeah, no, you can't really go less than El Tridente up front. Pedri was kind of the big question mark there, but obviously with Frankie de Jong being out, you do need that player again, to conduct the rhythm, to be the anchor in the midfield, to keep everyone calm, control the ball. Again, Atletico are in a very aggressive, fast, quick, non-stop. They are just a tiresome team to play against. And if we let us, we started against Chelsea. We never took control of the game. Chelsea were just non-stop for 90 minutes, and Atletico can easily be that team. And I think Pedri is going to be very, very key in the midfield to kind of conduct everyone around him. And hopefully the team, has the mindset to be able to put up with a team like Atletico, learn from Chelsea and take it into this match. I think it's not going to be a far-off match from what we saw in the Champions League. But now we have El Tridente up front, and hopefully we see some magic between everyone.
Yeah, 100%. It's a game that speaks for itself. Atleti line up quickly. Oblak, Molina, Jimenez, Lenglet and Hanco. Johnny Cardoso, Barrios just ahead of them. Simeone, Baena and Nico Gonzalez in behind. Julian Alvarez, we're underway here at the Spotify Camp Nou. As a misplaced pass immediately. Was it a deflection? It'll be an Atleti throw-in, as you said, Alex, from the tickets available, roughly 45,000. You'd expect every single one taken this evening. A very warm welcome to everyone tuning in too on Barça Live for what we hope is one of the big games of the season so far. Definitely feels like it, as Gerard Martín called into some first action of the evening. He plays centre-back this evening. Well, Barça will hopefully avoid what they couldn't avoid in the cup game at Montjuic last season, when Atleti scored 2 goals within the opening 5 minutes. It was Alvarez and then Griezmann who scored on that occasion. They have had early possession here, and you were speaking, Alex, about the fact that, well, people often speak about Atleti being defensively sound, and they are. They've conceded less goals than anyone in La Liga this season, but they've got a lot of attacking quality. I mean, I'm looking immediately at Baena with Alvarez ahead of him, and just thinking that's a dangerous little duo that Barca really are going to have to be watchful of.
Yeah, no, and these players are full with confidence right now. They're not players to kind of shy down from any opportunities. They take on 1v1s, they take in the space, they take the opportunities, and we're seeing Atletico right now. It's been a minute and a half so far of the match, and they've been attacking for the minute and a half. They're motivated, they're strong, and they're persistent. Again, they're a very annoying team. Opa.
Well, Lamin's trying to whip one around the back to Rafinha. Risky from Oblak. He decided to take charge of it, and Atleti have almost made a hash of that. This does give me the chances. There's a question in the YouTube live chat for you guys right now. We'll get on that in just a moment, because here come Atleti. Well watched by Eric Garcia. He got in there. Question in the chat then. who will score the first goal of the match.
Ooh.
Alex, I encourage you to play along too. There's a vote, there's a poll going on for you to play along. Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Rafinha, or other. You've got 4 options there, so feel free to go left field. Lamine usually gets the most votes, I'll give you a spoiler. But be your own person.
Okay, I'm going to be my own person. Dani Olmo.
Okay, oh, I like that. Dani Olmo. Okay, first scorer. I'm going to go Rafinha. I think come on.
It's a strong answer. Rafinha's a strong answer.
They're all strong answers.
It's a strong answer.
I'm going to go Rafinha. Marek Brau, your pitch side. Good evening. Hello, you're in position. How are you feeling ahead of this one? How's the atmosphere building up now that we've played a good 2.5 minutes?
Hi again, guys. Do you listen fine for me? Because today it's a very big atmosphere. As you're gonna notice, there are a lot of lights here in the Spotify Camp Nou for the first time. I think it was a good show what we got before the game, and today is different for sure. From the first second, Barca fans are singing, Barca fans are trying to whistle Atletico de Madrid attack. So as I said, today big night here at the Spotify Camp Nou, but we must say that for the moment Atletico starts better, so Barca have to keep good shape in defense.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, Marek. And it's interesting there, Alex, that Marek said it feels like it feels different, doesn't it? We probably thought that would be the case with how big of a clash it is. And he's quite right in saying Atleti have started better. Barca scramble this one clear. Have not really been out of our own half in the opening 3 minutes. Maybe that will suit us well, because here comes Rafinha. Oh, he's in behind here for the Lamine pass, and just recovering in time. I think that was Alex Baena all the way back there.
Yeah,
there you go.
That was an outstanding run from Rafinha. Brilliant swing. Lamine Yamal just tried to play that about 2 minutes ago outside of the foot swinger in behind the Atletico defense, but Rafinha just got a weird touch on the ball, and the ball went behind him.
Well, here come Barca again, crossed in. You've got the flick cam on your screens to see their reactions of Barca's coach this evening. And Oblak comfortably has the ball. Yeah, we've seen that twice already, Alex. We know that's a move Lamine likes to make. He certainly will be one of those happiest to see Rafinha back. You feel the runs that Rafinha makes in behind. He tried to pick him up there for the second time already in 4 minutes. Very nearly came off on the second time. Here come Atleti with a good defending from Lamine, tracking back there, and does very well indeed. He's still going here, Lamine. Hopefully it's one of his special nights, and Pedri back in midfield too. I think you called him out as the key player on it. Pedri back in the midfield tonight. I mean, how vital is that going to be?
I mean, we just saw just there, Jules Koundé was being pressed by Atletico player. Jules Koundé recovered the ball, gave it to Lamine. Lamine does a Lamine Yamal trick. Yeah. Take one from the book, pick it. They're all good. Gives it to Pedri. What does Pedri do? He stops, he passes it back to the center backs, and everyone regroups. And it's again, it sounds, you put it out of context and it sounds so boring to just do a pass back from the center backs. But then we had Lamine, Jules Koundé on one side of the pitch, everything was pressed. Pedri stops, looks around. He knows when to go and when not to go. And I think that's the key, and everybody follows him. So if he's going to pass it back, everyone chills out. If Pedri turns, gives it back to Lamine Yamal, that is the go-to attack. It's again that key to just go in key moments, because again, we can't tire ourselves out. Atletico are a tiresome team, I keep saying it. But now we've finally, after 5 minutes of Atletico attacking us, we finally regained possession, and we're just passing the ball around, knocking the ball around. Atletico doing what they do, and they drop back in and hold up.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you can see it, isn't it? Pattern of play has almost finally been set 5 minutes in. It sometimes takes less, but that looked like a foul on Koundé to me. Surely, it has been given.
There it is.
I thought these 4 games last season were amazing. The ones who were great. I mean, the league game here, Alex, was unbelievable. I thought we were brilliant. We were missing quite a few big players, Lamine included for that one. 1-0 up with a Pedri goal, and then Atleti in the last minute won it with Sola. Yeah, go on.
Someone's injured. You have to help me with the player. But I think that just a few minutes ago, those players had some problems. You have to help me.
Yeah, he went up for a header with Dani Olmo and won the throw-in.
It's Cardoso, I think,
in the first minute.
Cardoso, I have to admit that I'm so far. I'm just at the other goal. I'm very close to Joan Garcia right now. And you have to help me with the player, but the referee stopped the game just at the time that Koundé was fouled. So, some time for the moment is wasting, but of course it seems that Atletico Madrid player is in troubles.
Yeah.
I have to say that there's one Atletico Madrid player also warming up, also very far from my position, but
Yeah, Mark, it looks as though Cardoso got a bit of a whack off of Olmo, and they were both jumping for the ball.
No, but I think it's his hamstring when he landed.
Yeah, but
he went down.
I don't know. Well, for the moment he's walking fine.
He's back.
Yeah, I think he will be fine. He will be fine. Remember, Johnny Cardoso, holding midfielder, coming from Betis. He did a great job last season, and he was injured just in a few games this season. But it's quite important. Remember that, for example, today Coque, the captain, is not playing, and usually in the big games, Johnny Cardoso is playing with next to Barrios, the same as they did against Inter last Tuesday.
Yeah, there you go. So it was actually Coque, Mark, who was warming up, by the way. You said you couldn't see who it was. It was indeed Coque who was warming up, but no need in the end for Atleti because Cardoso looks as though he's going to be okay to carry on. The results are in, by the way, Alex, from the poll for who will score the first match. Lamine Yamal's got 55%.
Shocking.
He's often had more than that, by the way. He's often had more. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a bit more divided.
Yeah, exactly.
This time around.
I think maybe because Rafinha's back and he's got 23. Rafinha, the Brazilian.
Okay,
Lewandowski's got 16, and other, which would of course include your Olmo vote, has 6. So a little more varied. I don't mind it. And I think
like it.
That comes from Rafinha being back in. Here is Lamine then, jotted inside to Eric Garcia, inside now to Olmo. Nice football this from Barca. Lewandowski, can he get a shot away? He does. It's blocked.
I'm liking the dynamics between Pedri, Eric Garcia and Dani Olmo. We saw it there. Eric Garcia was at one point the 10. Dani Olmo dropped down to the 6. And
watch out here, Rafinha blazed over the top of the bar. Yeah, some nice interchange already from Barca.
Yeah, no, the midfield 3 are working really well together. I think that's going to be key. You know, if each of them are static in their own positions, it's going to be quite easy to defend. If you have Pedri up, Dani Olmo dropping deep, that's us exploiting the spaces that Atletico leave behind, and I think that's going to be one of the biggest keys of the match, is exploiting the spaces that they leave behind in quick transitions, or just move them around, again just playing our chess.
Yeah,
and I think Atletico can be.
Watch out here, Eric Garcia's got the fend through. He does it ever so well, like he's done all season. Good from Eric Garcia, did really well, strong in the tackle. Now Lamine Yamal looks like he's in the mood tonight, doesn't he, Lamine?
Yeah.
He's just lost out there again. Referee letting things play, says nothing in that either. Midfield 3, you were mentioning it, Alex.
Yeah.
Vital tonight they get it right. Flick has had to mix up, it feels, every line of the pitch due to injuries mainly this season and unavailability of players, and he's had to try and find formulas. I think in the centre-back partnership he's had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
The back 4, even the goalkeepers had to come in and out.
Yeah, no.
The front 3's been loads of changes, and midfield 3, I mean, you look at personnel-wise, Olmo, Pedri, Eric Garcia, it's pretty strong to me, but of course you've got players like Fermin missing, De Jong, who you'd love for a game like this too.
Yeah, no, definitely Fermin as well. The energy that he's been bringing this season, especially the goals that he can bring from outside of the box, I think are quite key. Because we're seeing now Atletico, we have the ball, they're dropping into a back 5. So you need to, have the spaces. Let Lewandowski draw in the defenders, have someone attack the space that he leaves in behind. That could be, again, Dani Olmo does that really, really well. And Rafinha here gets the ball.
Gets him behind to the byline where he likes it. Rafinha just halted there, though, by Molina as Atleti tried to break away. I'm happy, though, Alex, it looks as though we've managed to set the pattern of play, which is we want to dominate things. We want to pin Atleti, and I know that can be dangerous because they are so good when they get behind the ball. As it were, here comes a question from Mr. Robert. What will the key of the game be, Alex? I think this is crucial. Is it to match Atleti's intensity? You said how intense they are, how it's going to be tricky to match them and play at their pace. Is it to be careful in those early minutes? I mentioned the 2 goals they scored at Montjuic away from home for Atleti last season in the Cup. Is it to be careful? It looks as though we've managed the first 10 okay until this point. Atleti started strong. Or is it number 3 to break down the Simeone wall?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with number 3. I don't necessarily want to match Atletico's intensity because you're not training to play at that intensity. It's just not possible. But also, it's not an easy game to play tactically either. I think our style of play is very, very opposite when it comes to that. So we do want to control the ball. We do want to find the spaces, move players around, and with the players that we have on the pitch, I think every single player is more than capable of that. You have the infamous Lamine, Koundé, Rafinha, Balde duos on the wing. Move the players around. They're defending really well together right now. But again, Jules Koundé overlap, Lamine Yamal. And it's about breaking down that wall. It's about being patient and moving the players around, using the strengths of our players. Again, let Koundé have a shot from the top of the box. Let Lamine go, to the touchline, draw the defenders out, and let Koundé have a first-time shot. It's about breaking down the wall in the best way possible that we can do it with the players on the pitch.
I like your point about being careful with matching their intensity and almost saying it's not possible. Here comes Olmo. Nice spin from him on the half time. Olmo across. Rafinha's in there. Got a striker on his right foot. Good block though. I think it was Molina who came in and blocked Rafinha. Watched him well, and that's going to be stopped there because the referee got in the way. I'd have to say, I must agree with you. I think breaking down what Atleti put up is going to be tough. No one has conceded less goals than them in La Liga this season. They're also an excellent run of form, the informed team in La Liga right now. They didn't start very well at all. And watch out here because, Mark, we're getting some images of the Atleti bench, and Koke is putting his shin pads on.
Yeah, be careful with Baena.
Yeah, watch out because Alex Baena's on the ball first. More on that in a moment. Alex Baena to the back post, away by José Martín, and behind for a corner. Mark.
Corner kick, the first one for Atletico de Madrid. Yes, we said Koke is ready to enter, so it seems that Johnny Cardoso has to go out there. Right now he's laying on the grass, so for sure he won't continue. I have to say that it's an important injury for Atletico. First of all, because they have to waste one of the substitution windows. So remember, it's not easy when you have to make a substitution at the first half, but also because, as I said, Johnny Cardoso, instead it's the first season at Atletico, is important in midfield position. He replaced Koke with a good level, and yeah, for sure we know what is the level of Koke, but he is experienced, but he's not used to play for the starting 11 this season. And of course, I think it's a bad news for Atletico de Madrid. So as we said, Koke will come in, Johnny Cardoso is out, so obligation Simeone must do that substitution due to Johnny Cardoso's injury. But we have to say, guys, have to be careful on corner kicks. Remember how good are Atletico de Madrid at set pieces, especially with players like Julian Alvarez or Jimenez, who scored the winning goal against Inter in the last Champions League game.
Yeah, just going to say that, Marco, that Jimenez leap that won Atleti all 3 points against Inter very recently, not an easy thing to do. So then, early change for them. Koke is on for Cardoso, corners in. Rafinha watched it. There'll be another. Oh, it's going to be a goal kick, in fact.
Yeah, because the ball was out. The ball was out, yeah.
Out.
Good counter-attack by Barca. So it's Pedri with ball.
Pedri's on it. Here comes Pedri driving forward. Lots of space ahead of him. Who does he pick out? Pedri picks out the Brazilian Rafinha. Rafinha onto his right foot now. Laid off now to Pedri. Delay. Decided to cut back on himself. Now wide to Lamine Yamal. Where are his options? Lamine stands up his man. He's got Koundé on the overlap. Lamine inside. Gets a yard of space. Uses it and he blazes it over.
There's, not including Oblak, there was 9 Atletico players inside the box.
They got that so quick, didn't they?
There was 9. We had Lamine, Lewa, Rafinha, Pedri, and we had, I think, 5 players compared to Atletico's 9 players inside the box. That says it all. That says it all about Simeone as well.
Yeah, you can see the stats are on your screen. Does feel like Barca starting to settle down. 15 minutes into play here. They've got 3 shots now to Atleti's none. That looked offside to me. It's going to be Juan Garcia's ball anyway. We've already got a good 60-plus possession too. Starting to settle into things, and it's starting to look rather positive, I'd say, for Barca. I'm pleased with the way we've started this game.
Yeah, we're getting high up the pitch with the ball very comfortably.
Yeah.
Atletico are trying to get in the early ball in behind Garcia and Gerard Martin. It's quite obvious what they want to do. Essentially, they're bypassing the midfields, going out wide through the middle with quick touches. But right now, we've been able to comfortably get the ball off the pitch. But I think we need another long spell of possession before we can actually, click.
Yeah. I think both teams still just feeling each other out right now, and just seeing where they're at. Atleti back in possession now with Longley. They made a great comeback, by the way, this season, Atleti. I mean, start of the campaign, they didn't win the first 4 match weeks, and only won match day 5 off of the Julian Alvarez hat-trick. Last-minute goal from him. And you think about it tonight, Alex, if they win, they go level on points with us. So they really have come roaring back. That's going to be a free kick, a foul there by Koundé. Bumped into Hanko as one of the summer signings for them. They made a few of those. And they do have options on the bench. But, hey, they are in real good form there. Now starting to push on in the Champions League too with that win against Inter. And in La Liga now starting to really make a name for themselves. When maybe people, I don't know if it was stupid or not, wrote them off, after 4 match weeks and saying they're not going to be near this year.
Yeah, no, I think it's so early on in the season. I think people forget that the season is so long.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we say it every single season, and even at that, there's people always need to be reminded. It's so early in the season that what happens now can, yes, have an effect towards the end of the season. Dropping points here can be crucial, but it doesn't have to be always.
Yeah.
And I think Atletico, they have the players. They had key signings. They have a lot of returning players, and they're a team that have been building for the past few seasons, especially with the key players. We see someone like Simeone, who's been growing and growing season past season. Julian Alvarez also has been growing, and it's a team that I don't think you can ever write off. Maybe they're not consistent enough. Yes, considering the players and the history that they have, they're definitely not consistent enough. But they're always going to be there, and you can never write them off.
Yeah, 100%. Whilst there's a next stoppage of play, we're going to welcome some of the new members. You know how much we enjoy to do that. So we'll get some new members. I can see even in live time, Alex, there's a lot of them who are making themselves members during this game. So either with the pack basic or the pack premium. There were a few of you also before the game. I've got a few of you noted down. I think it's time. Welcome, people.
I don't have a...
Oh, you do.
There it is.
Welcome new members in the pack basic. We have got Nikolai is in there. We have also in the pack basic Ivan Chuek. Barca haven't on the attack. Interrupt me if they are, Alex.
I will.
David Gabriel, welcome to
Atletico on the
are in
attack.
behind. Well, here you go.
Think it was
Big chance
offside.
for Baena and scored.
Offside.
Not going to count. We nearly had, thank you, Alex, thank you. We nearly had history there in welcoming the new members as the opponent scores. Robert, you remember it nearly happened to us the other day with Alaves. I'll continue. Jonas Opong, welcome to Pack Basic. Everyone take a breath. Biggest Bems, welcome also. Brian Mendoza Espinosa. That's tight, by the way, on Baena.
That is really
That's
tight.
very tight.
That
Marco,
is very tight.
That's very tight indeed.
What's the replay says, guys?
It's
tight
or not?
I don't know. We need the line. It's very, very tight. To the eye, you can't see it.
It's really tight, that mark. It really is. And I'll tell you what, watch out here because I'll tell you what, this is slightly worrying, I will say, for Barca.
It's goal for Atletico, guys.
It's a goal?
It's confirmed. Yeah. It's goal by Baena. So again, a team that pays us got a great pass from behind our defensive line, and then Baena got it, and what a brilliant finish also for Baena, I think.
Yeah,
he make a good small chip on Joan Garcia's going away, and finally Baena scores. Remember, from a play by Villarreal, one of the best signings of Atletico Madrid this year. So, well, we have to do the same that against Alaves last Saturday. What a pity, but you said it was very close, and finally the VAR conceded the goal, so it's time to make another comeback this season. Remember,
it was a good run by Baena.
4 comebacks this season, but the last one was last Saturday, so we know how to do it.
Yeah, I apologise to the members who got welcomed there with a goal, by the way.
It was the worst moment possible, Pablo.
It was always going to happen one day, and it's happened to it's happened. Caught off on the counter away. By the way, Alex Mark, that's an incredible stat by Atleti, as they've scored first in every game this season. They do it again here. Unbelievable, really, record they've got there. That's not to say they've won every game, of course, but they remain the side. History, they continue to make the second goal for Baena in La Liga then, and well, offside trap was broken, and he's a player who, well, he's got the quality in the final third to stick the ball in the back, and then it's exactly what he did. When I saw the image, I thought he's maybe just
It was
off.
really, I think we needed the line for that. It was, to the naked eye, you really couldn't see anything. They exploited the space there. We were on the attack, they recovered the ball. That space between Jules Gunde and Gubarasi was just exploited. Gubarasi was the one that held the line up. And it was a good run. It was a transition. We literally recovered the ball within one pass. Baena was in behind Gubarasi, and there was nothing to do there. Eric Garcia literally sprinted it faster than I ever could to try to get back. But Alex Banega had the advantage, and it was a really good finish past Joan Garcia.
Well, watch out, Barca trying to respond immediately. Balde's in, he's cut inside. I thought he had the pass across to Lewandowski, I must say, but Balde elected to cut back inside. Maybe he couldn't quite see the run. And that like a free kick. Barca going to have to really respond here. Right, come on, Cordes, get some hearts in the chat. Come on, we need them now. We need the support. We need a goal. So let's get them in there.
We need something.
We do. Vamos.
Oh.
Because we've, like Matt said, we've come back already. We've got 12 points from losing positions already this season. This needs to be another game where that happens, because Atleti, as they've always done this campaign, have scored first yet again. I'm not disliking Barca's performance so far tonight, though, Alex. I think we're playing with enough intensity about our game.
We're good. I just think we need to get in the box a lot more. We're building possession, we're keeping possession, we're recovering well. We're just not really getting a lot of opportunities to actually get a shot on target. You know, Alejandro Balde there had a really good... Oh, here he is again.
Balde. His shot has actually fallen to Lewandowski. Balde is, well, he looks in the mood, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he's definitely going on. Jules Koundé is attacking really high up, but Eric Garcia is getting himself in the box as well. So we're keen to attack, and I think all the players are being very, very dynamic, understanding that the way that Atletico's set up, you can't rely on your top three players. You need to move the players around, and there he is.
This from Lamine. He's beaten a few players still. Lamine, it's unbelievable. Is it going to fall to a Barca player? It does with Pedri. Now Koundé to the byline, and no one's in there. That's where you'd expect Lewandowski to be waiting for it. Balde now attacking. Balde, can he cut inside? He can. He lays it back off to Gerard Martin.